Alright, so I'm making a hunting trader, but if you're doing a traders with like vending machines and whatnot, so you'd go to whatever area you want to go to. I'm gonna load my hunting trader right now. The only thing I've placed here is this shack right here. Up in the right, it shows you all the things you placed so far in this area, and then this is the deletions. All I did was delete a few trees where this is at. So all I've done is load this, put this shack in here, and put a couple props. I'm just gonna, it's not gonna be anything crazy. I'm just gonna put like some animal skins and stuff like that in here, and whatever, and that's it. So, but what you would do for like a ATM is, or not an ATM, vending machine is the same thing as this. You just, find wherever you want to put it, place it there. Alright, and then you would leave it selected. Go to export and go to expansion.map. And then whatever you want the name of that, just so you know what it is. This isn't going to be you're going to have to copy all these into one map file. Or you're going to have to edit it to where it's just, all it is the trader entities, which are the vending machines. So you could do them all at once, like place them all, make sure all of them are selected. By, like, if you want to select more than one, you just hold control and click on it. Now it's got two. So if you did that with all the vending machines, then you went to file, export. This is kind of buggy when you're doing this. When you're trying to go over, a lot of time it disappears, so you got to go like kind of fast. Go to export expansion.map, and then just name it whatever you want, whatever the trader area is going to be or whatever. Make sure it says .map and hit export selected only, and hit export. Now when you do that, if you've deleted anything, it'll save the deletions too. So when before you use that file, go in there and remove all the deletions. I'll just show you. I'll just save this one real quick and show you what I'm talking about. So test .map. There we go. Export. So let me open that file here. DayZ Editor. There you go. And then test. So see how it saves the deletions too? So all you gotta do is just get rid of all those. There you go. And then you would have, in your file, you would have all your vending machines in here. And then what you'd have to do is put like, it would have the name of the vending machine, and then you'd have to put whatever that trader's JSON file is. So like, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So let's see. Go to my local server. There it is. Okay, so whatever your JSON or your trader's JSON file is. So if you want to do like aircraft, right? You would put right here. You'd put dot aircraft like that. All right, and that would make it the aircraft trader. And then you'd have the position. If you're using an AI character and you want to put clothes on them, then you would put the clothes in here, like hoodie, right? And then, oh, not that. And then you put like hoodie, boots, whatever the names of the class names of the items are. That's how you do it. And you just keep going, and it would put those things on them. So, I'll show you an actual map file on mine. So, no, I don't want to save that. Okay, so so all the JSONs for your market, like all your categories, are in here. This is all in the DayZ server folder, and then all your .map files are in here, and MP missions, your map, and then expansion, and then objects are like the objects that are placed with the .map file. So the only thing I have on these is like my ATMs, or not ATMs, yeah, my ATMs and like fire barrels. Because with the .map file, if you put true at the end like this, it'll stay burning forever. That's why I have those in there. And then the ATMs. So if you want to do ATMs that way, you can, or you can just place them with LB Master. I don't know if that'll work with the LB Master ones though, but right now I'm using expansion. So, and then the actual trader entities, which what you'd use for your um, vending machines, will be in these. So, Green Mountain. There you go. So instead of this, you would have whatever the vending machine name is, and then dot, whatever the trader is. So that's how that works. But if you don't put this in here, it won't work. You won't have you won't be able to interact with it or anything like that. This is what tells it what trader it is. This part, and this is the location like anything else. And then like I said, on a trader AI person, this is what clothes they're wearing right here. So yeah, that's how that works. So it's not that hard to do. It just takes a minute to learn everything. And then I'll do another video, and once I'm done with this, on how to set up the what do you call it? Oh shoot, I didn't want to do that. It's that part I'm sure you could figure out, but like how to set up the trader file and the trader zone file so that it actually works as a trader. So I'll do a video on that in a minute once I'm done setting this up. That way you know. So, all right. So I got my trader basically done here. I already made the file because you don't want to save the actual trader entity in the same file as all your other props. Like, so if you're going to build a custom trader, build the custom trader first or whatever, or figure out where you want to place your entities, like your vending machines or people or whatever, and then you build it and you save that separately. So I'm going to save this. I already hit save as, and I did the name before last time, but I would do that like here. So I just saved that. This one's real simple, just this cabin and a couple little props. And then I have my trader guy set right here. I'll show you how to look at that. So open. Oh wait, I need to import. So if you want to import a separate file that's not a DayZ file, you got to go here. So huntingtrader.map. There you go. So that's where my guy's going to be right there. So you can put them wherever you want. Whatever location you want. In my case, he'll have clothes on. In your case, it would just be an ATM or a vending machine. So there you go. So, and then, like I said, when you save, make sure you don't have this in there too. So that's ready to go. And then I'll exit out and show you how to do the rest of it here in a second. I just gotta get out of here. Alright, I just wanted to show you this real quick. DayZ Editor is pretty buggy. It's been that way for a long time. So if this is happening, this is normal. It happens all the time. I've already looked into it, did a bunch of research. Everybody's like, yep, it's normal. It just happens all the time. So don't worry about it if it crashes when you're exiting. It usually doesn't. I've never had it crash while I'm using it. It's only when I'm like exiting it. And then a couple times I had it crash when I just opened it. When I was trying to load it up, so I don't know. But whatever. So anyway. So I got my DayZ Editor file for like all my props, and then I have the .map file for the trader placement. So, whoops, not download documents. Alright, so DayZ Editor. So then my this is the removables for that area. This is the props right here. And this is the hunting trader location. So see how it adds the removables? You just got to take those out. So this is the actual trader. And what I would do is put, I have to make a new trader in the files. But once I do, I would put .hunting trader, whatever I name the file. and then put his clothes right here. And then the cool thing about DayZ Editor is you can actually make like loadouts. Now you have to add it to the map file if you're doing a AI map or an AI trader. You have to add it to the map or to that file manually, but at least you have all the uh, what do you call it? Like all the loadout stuff, so you know what you need to put on there. So basically, you can do a loadout in there, and then it'll give you all the items that you added to the loadout, so you can just go through and add them. So it's pretty easy though. So you probably don't need that part, but if you ever want to see that part, I can show you how to do it. So anyway, what you need after you get these files done is you need to go to, whoops, wrong one. This is where you put the, once you're done, this is where you put the .map file for your vending machines. And then if you have any other props or whatever, you can either do it with a .map file, or you can do a DZE file. I find it easier just to do the DZE file than doing the map files, but it's up to you. And then the other thing you need is a trader zones file. So these are all the trader zones I have so far. All you have to do is this is a position, the center of the zone, how big the zone is, and then this is all the stock the zone has. So when you create a new one, what I'm going to do is just copy this one, change the coordinates, and then erase all this, and it'll repopulate it. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. I got to get the coordinates of that cabin, though. I forgot to do that. I can just get the coordinates off the trader entity, though. So let's do that. There we go. So just use these coordinates right here. So what I'm going to do is make a copy of that, and then I'll just rename it like hunting. Whoops. I didn't mean to click on it. I meant to right click on it. Crap. Alright, let's just do hunting. Alright, and then we'll just do... Alright, and then... edit these real quick. Yeah, this file just tells expansion where the trader zone is, so it works. Without this file, it won't work either. So there's that, and I'll just do 100 meter radius. Erase all the stock. I haven't even set anything with like what the trader will sell or anything like that. So, but basically that's all you need for your trader zone file. Just make sure you put this, like if you have a safe zone, put this, the radius is whatever the safe zone is going to be. I don't think it matters. I just do that just, I don't know, for whatever. The ones that don't have a safe zone, I just put a 100 meter radius. I don't know if that matters either. You could probably put a 10 meter radius, you know, or whatever. It doesn't matter, but it just tells you where the trader zone is. So the trader entities have to be within that radius from this, though. So that's why I just do, you know, do whatever, I don't know, whatever radius you need for how big, like, if you're looking at the map from above, if you have like you know, ATM, 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 and they're all spread out like 30, 40 meters, this has to be at least that big if this position is in the center of them. So, all right, so that's done. This is the actual hunting trader file. So I need to put dot hunting like that. And I'm not going to worry about the clothes right now. I'm just trying to show you how it works. So you would put your why can't I never think of that name? Vending machine name here, whatever vending machine you're using. and then put whatever trader file right here and then a position. So that's it for those two. Alright, so I got my trader zones file right here. I'm gonna save these to my little, I keep a separate folder for, or file for all the stuff I need to upload to my main server that I'm editing on my test server. That way I don't forget to upload anything. Alright, and then the huntingtrader.map file. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, and then also need to add these in here. There you go. That's all the files I've edited. So these are all my hunting trader files so far. So then what I need to do is go to, I need to go to the other one. Okay, so the rest of your files are in your, this is the same as the DayZ server data folder. Expansion mod, and then traders. There we go. Now I need to make a hunting trader. So easiest way I've found is just to take another trader's file and rename it or whatever inside and rename it outside. And I mean, you can just copy and paste it into a new file if you want to, but to me this is just easier. So just copy this into here. There we go. And then rename that hunting. No. Oh yeah, I got another JSON. Okay, so no. So I'll name it hunting trader. There we go. Alright, and then you gotta change this to whatever the name of the trader is going to be. I'll name it hunting trader. Alright, and trader icon is, I gotta change that from helicopter. Easiest way to do that is just to find another one. You can look on the expansion wiki and find all the icons you can use for that. Like exchange trader, no, yeah, just trader. So let's use that. There you go. There's a whole bunch of different icons you can use though, like a weapon, fishing, you know what I mean? Can of bean, can of beans big, stuff like that. So I'm just going to use the trader icon for now. This is the currency, whatever currency you're using, you gotta change it in here. And then the categories, whatever categories the trader is going to have, you have to put in here. So I got to figure that one out yet. But those would be these categories right here. So whatever categories you want to be available in that, like I'm going to do like the fish category, meat, I think it is. Yeah, meat. And then I think there's a category pelts that I made. Maybe. If not, I'm going to have to change that. But I think, I can't remember. It might just be in the food category. I don't remember. Either way, it's going to be like, fish, meat, pelts, and then fishing categories what I'm going to add to that. So let me figure out exactly all the ones I need to add, and then I'll show you. Alright, so my last one is meat. Copy that one over. Alright, so there we go. So that should be good for now. I can always add ones later, but that's saved. Hunting trader. Okay. That should be in here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that should be basically all the files you need. Unless you're adding, extra categories and whatnot. But if all you're doing is creating a trader and you already have your categories, that's what you need right there. So you need your, the main one you need to even make a trader zone is this. That's what creates the trader zone. And then this is the trader entity itself, which is either a person or a vending machine. So that's the basics of what you need. And then this one tells the game what the name of the trader is. This is what it displays in game. When you click on it, it says like hit F or whatever. That's what this does. And then these are the categories that show up for it. So, and then you could also add, you're going to have to do more research on this because it's a little complicated, but you can add other items that the trader can sell as attachments, but you don't have the category for. Alright, so like I'll show you an example of that one. I gotta open this back up. Let's see. Whoops, wrong one. Oops, Jesus, man, I can't click on the right thing today. Alright, so like the weapons trader. Alright, so these items right here. Alright, so you can, if they buy an item that uses these as attachments, okay, they can get the ammo and stuff and like the light attachment, blah blah blah. Even though I don't have like the category in here that sells those things. So that's what this is for. So there you go. Alright, so I got all this crap in here. So let me put it on the server and then we'll go in and try it. So go to config, traders. That's this one, just making sure. Alright, so hunting trader. Oh crap. Yeah, that's what I messed up. So I got a name. Yeah, I need this name. So I almost forgot. I got to name this right here, the same as that file. So there you go. That's how you do that. I named it hunting because I was gonna just name it hunting, but since this is hunting also, I had to change it to that. So there's the trader file itself is in there. I don't need any market files, so I'm using ones I already made. So that's all I need to do in there. And then I need to go to MP missions, expansion, and then trader zones. Add my trader zones file. Just make sure that's the right one. Yep. Add that. I did not verify any of these, so hopefully they're right. Usually I verify every file, but I don't want to take that much time while I'm doing this video. Alright, so, and then we need just the .map file, which would go in here. And then I already copied these, but I'm going to copy them again just to make sure they're up to date. So there you go. So that's all you should have to do to create a zone is add all your custom items and all that. If you're going to add anything with expansion, any other items other than a trader, you'd have to add a objects.map file. So like for my Kameka trader, I just have the ATM and some fire barrels. But you could literally build your whole trader zone with these. You don't have to use the loader. You could just use DayZ Editor and export.map files and use that. You can't do removals with that. You can just add stuff. So that's why I like using the DZE files because I can do removals also. So there you go. Give me a second. I'll load up the server and we'll see if it works. Alright, so I'm loading up my locals test server now. And anytime I'm messing around with expansion market, once this loads, I always go into my files, which you can, for your actual server, you go to your FTP. Which, by the way, I know you use FileZilla, but I actually like this better. I've been using FileZilla for like, I don't know, 20 years or something, or 15 years, but WinSCP is better. It makes it basically just like another window, so you can just open up your stuff, copy stuff over, all that. It's a little easier to use instead of actually like having all these stupid separate little boxes that you got to transfer stuff from. So this is my GAT server right here. So I like using that better, but I still have FileZilla just in case. So it's loaded. Let me make sure I don't have any errors. If you did anything wrong in your market, it'll give you an error. It'll still load the game like the server, but it'll give you an error. So let's see. You have no errors. So hopefully it's good. Let's try it. So I'll be right back. I'll load in here and it'll take a minute. So once it loads into the actual server, I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm loaded into the server here. Let me turn on Community Online Tools, look at the map, because I don't have that saved yet. So it's over here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Oh, it didn't work. Or wait, am I in the right spot? No. There it is. I was in the wrong spot. So this is where I loaded it on DayZ Editor Loader. There you go. Hunting Trader. So yeah, that's all you gotta do. So that's basically how you set up a trader from start to finish. So then you just customize it. I still got some stuff to customize with him, like his clothing. I might add a couple more props, whatever, but that's pretty good for now. So there you go, bud. Let me know if you need any more help.